Hello and welcome to another advanced tutorial of Affinity Photo. In the last video, I showed you what blend option does. I'm going to go through a quick repeat so that you can understand and catch on with this current tutorial. In the last video, I showed you the luminance part of the blend range, which means if you have two different photographs like such that, the blend option, I'm going to turn this one on. So this blend option is for that particular photo from dark to the bright. So if you turn down both at the bottom, I'm going to pull that on the side. It controls the opacity. So you can do a global opacity, just like the opacity on your adjustment layer right there. This is basically the same thing. Or you can do this, but this is more complicated. Although what you can do, you can individually control which part of the photograph you want to be disappeared. In this case, you choose the dark or middle gray. So middle gray stayed 50% and the dark disappeared and the bright stayed. Or you can do vice versa. You can control the opacity of the white part or the middle gray and dark remains the same. And I also showed you what underlying composition ranges does. So I'm going to go through same thing again. Right. So at the bottom, I have this photograph which remains with a bright sky and very dark foreground. If you have an adjustment layer, suppose any of those, HSL, you name it, and you said you don't want a dark side to be affected or the bright. Let's say you want to apply an effect, and you don't want any effect to be applied on the bright side. You just only want to affect on the darker side. You can do that with the underlying composition ranges. I'm going to show you exactly what that means because this all sound jibber jabber and way too complicated. So I'm going to show you by example exactly what they do. If you pull down the underlying convention range, but this one, the left, from the top to the bottom, you almost making sure that this photo is not being applied on the dark part, only remains on the bright side. So I'm going to fine tune it and make sure that this photo doesn't exist on my dark foreground. I'm going to zoom in to show you exactly what this is doing. You can clearly see the dark part got nothing. This photo is only remaining on the brighter area. Even the tree, making sure that this only exists on the bright side, not in the dark side. Or you can do vice versa. I'm going to zoom out. What if you decided to post the photo on the dark part, not on the brighter one? Look, so you can only see the photo on the darker area. You don't see anything at all on the bright side. Imagine that, and now apply any kind of white balance or exposure, you name it, you can do exactly the same. If you turn on any of the adjustment layer, and then turn on the blend range, with the help of the underlying composition ranges, you can determine which part of your photograph you want your effect to be applied on. Now, that was the last video. This video, I'm going to show you exactly what the red, green, and blue does. So I'm going to reset this photograph. And then I'm going to do something else. I'm going to turn this one off. Imagine this photo is a landscape where you have the blue forest, you have the red or yellow sun, you have multiple colors, you have the blue ocean, you have all kind of elements that you can imagine, and you have an effect that you want to apply, but you want to make sure that the effect is not applied on the green forest, or you want to protect the sun, or you want to protect anything in particular color. How can you do that? Or vice versa. Imagine you want to apply some kind of effect such as saturation or brightness or exposure, you name it, only on the blue channels, but you want to protect everything else. You can easily do that with selecting red, green, and blue. So I'm going to show you right now. So let's say I want to protect my blues. I'm going to select blue. I'm going to turn this on. So right now, so what I am also going to do, I'm going to fill this one up completely. I'm going to cover it to show you exactly the pinpoint accuracy. So imagine this is your effect. This photo is not just a photo, this is your effect. It can be white balance, it can be exposure. And here you have your blue sky and the blue ocean that you want to protect, and you want to apply your effect on everywhere else. You select blue and check this one out. I'm going to show you exactly what's happening right now. If you do that, you literally can see the blue. That means this, whatever effect is happening on everything else, but it's protecting the blue channels. And if you want, so that means we established that if this was the effect on your landscape photo and you have decided to protect your blue sky and the blue ocean and apply an effect on everything else, you can easily do that, no stress. Or vice versa. You have an effect and you want to apply only on the blue and protect everything else. Check this one out. I'm gonna pull this one down. You don't see the blues anymore. So that means this photo is being applied on the blue channels, but you protecting all the other color. However, you have to be careful in one thing. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Let's say this is the color wheel. So sometimes, suppose you have a blue, but it's not really blue. It's somehow closer to the green channel or on your magenta, it may bleed. So you have to spend some time to fine tune your effect. But other than that, in this tutorial, we learned that if you want to apply an effect on a photo and also want to protect some color channel, you can easily do that by going to the blend option and selecting either red, green, and blue. It's that easy. In future tutorials, I'm going to actually use this technique to show you exactly how this blend option work with each adjustment layer. So stay tuned and I'll see you in the future videos. Meanwhile, keep practicing. You can repeat the same video. I can understand it can be very complicated and you may get lost a little bit. Who knows? I mean, I was kind of advanced tutorial. So I urge you to take your time, watch the video and practice. I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.